this thing makes your teeth rattle. If you've never held it, you probably don't know what I mean. But yeah. That's going to take a while. But look what I already did. Oh. Now, I know you might just see sticks, but I've been pondering in my mind making a stand. That's upside down. Making a stand or a stool and wondering what I was going to use for legs. I wonder, what do you think, if I can make a stand, a tripod, out of these and then put a top on it to either hold us to sit down or like to hold my 5-gallon water my water container. Well, I don't know. What do you think? I might be able to, but I definitely see some kind of piece of furniture for something, you know. And if nothing else, you know what my grandma used to have in her yard? She used to have, I think she called it a trellis, I think. But anyway, she had it looking like this. And she had it tied together at the top. And then she planted a beautiful flower at the bottom. And it would wind and vine its way up this thing and put out the most gorgeous blossoms. My grandmother was amazing with planting everything. She had a garden till she was 92, 93. I mean, man, if I could be like her, man, that'd be something else. I don't know if you have any ancestors that you just look up to so highly, but she's one of mine that she's my guardian angel. That's what my cousin and my brother and I, my living brother and I call her. And she would do stuff like this. You know what? I'm kind of like her because my grandmother was like a pioneer woman, you know. She had a big field of cotton. This is my white grandmother. Okay, I have my African descent grandparents too, but she had a field of cotton. She had pear trees, peach trees, apple trees, and she did all the work. She and my grandfather did all the work themselves. So she was really strong. One of her babies, she had the baby, and the next day, because the harvest was there, she had to go out there, and I don't know if she was picking cotton or what she was doing. She was picking something because they had to pick it, and, you know, they were selling it. So she believed in hard work, for sure, and she believed in making her own things. She taught me how to make so many things, you know. So that might be why I had the balls to leave the country that I'm from and come to this country, this beautiful country here, and make a life. Because, shoot, if my grandmother did it, of course I can do it, right? She certainly passed down some wisdom and knowledge to me. So, you know, and I had the courage. I had to, of course, develop courage on my own and stuff, but I mean, I probably do have her to thank for the fact that I'm on this almost an acre with chickens and sheep, and, you know, helped build my own house and all of this, and did it a different way than the standard, the usual. I did it with recycled wine bottles and rocks and, you know, all these different things that most people would be like, what? You built your house out of tequila bottles and wine bottles? What? And you lived on solar for 4 years? What? But yeah, you know, because you don't have to do it the way everybody else is doing it. You can choose to do different. How many of you guys chose to do different? Who's that? Hi, Rosie. I know you said hi. I'm sorry. Hi. How you doing? Did you do things differently? Are you living the standard American life? Right now that's kind of a rough way to live. I'm seeing it, a lot of people are struggling right now. Not everybody though. Thanks, Rosie. And who is that? Bruna Gutierrez, hello. Have you guys ever done something so different that like none of your friends had done it? You just went off and did something on your own? Because it takes a certain kind of person to leave your country. Have you ever left your country? Yep, I know you said hi. Hi, how you doing? Have you ever left your country? Have you ever started over? If you haven't, I think everybody should give it a try at least one time. You know, if you have to work from home or if you have to work while you're traveling, what I do is I work online. I I I share content online. Thank you. Thanks for the thumbs up. I share content online. I share, parts of my life. Like, look at this thing. It's still standing and I haven't tied it together at the top. I better not sneeze or breathe real hard. But yeah, I as the empowerment alchemist, I do my best to help other people to be empowered and to realize their own strength. Because I didn't know I had all this strength. I've been through a lot. Some of you know my story. I've been through a lot of trauma, but I came to realize that I am way stronger than I knew, and that with my strength, I can do a lot of things. And I'm proving that to myself by being so happy. I'm so happy that I left my home country. I am thrilled to be accepted here in Mexico and cared about. I mean, this community, there's a community of people here who care about me, not just one person, not just 10 people, but a whole community just wrapped their arms around my son and I. And we wrap our arms around our community here. You can't live as an island unto yourself. You've got to have community somewhere. And if you can develop community away from your home country, then that's all the better. Because what if you need to leave your country? What if things get really bad? Things have already gotten really bad in my home country. There's a lot of people there that are still, they don't see how bad it really is. But from outside the border, I see how bad it really is. And I hope for the safety and the liberation of my people in that country. Well, all over the world. It's amazing how we are having to fight all over the world for our freedom and our liberation, and more power to us. But I do believe that you should, get your freedom. If you can get your freedom, get your freedom. Do you want to have to work 16 hours a day or more just to get by? If you do, then maybe you're in the right place. Maybe you don't need to make a change. But for me, I knew that working 16 hours a day was not going to work for me as a mom. I knew that wasn't going to be for me. And I knew that I needed to live somewhere where I could actually be a mom and relax a little bit and, do the work that I do. I love doing. I sing for a living, and I share my story for a living, and I work online for a living. Those are things that I absolutely enjoy doing. I feel driven in my heart to do those things. So, and wouldn't it be amazing if you could do that too? If you could, do what you dream of doing. I mean, I've taken some business courses. I've bought into some companies that I absolutely love, and I can share those with you if you're interested. You can always DM me and say, business. You can just type business in the DM if you want to know the business side of what I'm doing. But I've purchased courses, and I have done a lot of studying, and that has all helped me to be a better person online, a better person in my home, and just learning to continue to work with my hands, and being able to reach out to my network when I need help. It's all awesome stuff, So I say all this to say, if you have a dream or if you have a desire to do something different than what you're doing, do not listen to the naysayers. You gather your information, you recheck your information, you double check, make sure you have the resources that you need to go and do that thing, and then go and do that thing. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you dream to do, because what are we here for? What are we here in this life for? We're here to experience love and joy and to learn. And then we're here to pass that information on, pass that desire to learn and the desire to love and the desire to have joy. We're here to do that and to learn that and to pass it on to others. Really. It's about community on this planet, and I know that there's a lot of people that are working very hard to divide us all and to conquer us all, but if we remember that if it ain't from love, it's not real. And that might help us to not hate our neighbor, or to not hate somebody who has a different skin color than us, or to not look down on somebody who has to sleep on the street at night because they lost their job and they lost their home and they lost their car. 99% of the time, it is not because they wanted to be in that position. 99% of the time, it is because circumstances happened to them that they didn't know how to handle. And does elementary school and high school and college equip us to handle the craziness that happens in life? No, it doesn't. So let's have some grace with people. Let's have mercy on people, and let's show love to people. And when someone wants a helping hand or wants to learn something from us, let's teach them. Let's offer to them what we have or what we know that we can help them with. The saying is, you can give a man a fish and feed him for the day, or you can teach a man to fish and he can eat for a lifetime. So, I'm so happy to have learned the things I've learned. The stuff I've learned in my lifetime is irreplaceable. The fact that I know how to lay concrete, and the fact that I know how to build a wall, and the fact that I have built this here trellis and haven't even put a string around it and it's still standing here, things like that. I mean, you just learn things and you never forget them. Nobody can take your knowledge from you. Nobody can take your experiences from you. So have them. What experiences do you have that have really enriched your life or made you smarter? Like, I want to see in the comments, what have you gone through that's made you smarter, that's made you more equipped in this life? Just lay it on down there. Like, write it down. I want to see it, because we all have something. We all have been through something or had an experience that made us a better person. I know I have. Maybe I'm the only one. But I don't think so. I think that we all have made, have made ourselves better by what we've gone through. So, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to share with you that I've got this Sawzall from a beautiful friend who's loaning it to me, and I'm chopping up this big branch for firewood and for possible furniture or tripod or something. And I'm pretty proud of me and of all of you who have taken a step of courage and done something different because it was your dream. So, do your dream, thrive on, don't quit. Never quit. Never quit. Your story with others, it's good for them and good for you. Thrive on. I'll check y'all later.